guys, good evening. I'm Zin. I'm gonna offer you guys a little trigger warning since my topic has some. We'll get to that later. So, as it was said, I was born and raised in a Roman Catholic household. This household, well, yung parang typical lang na Roman Catholic, yung lahat, God, gano'n, dapat for God, yung lahat ng ginagawa mo, gano'n. In my household, I was not given sex education by my parents. The only time that I was given sex education was in 5th grade, in science class namin, anatomy, ganun. Home life, of course, strict parents. Since, of course, next slide please. Lahat kami mga babae, except ng father ko. Bawal ako magka-boyfriend throughout my life. Well, that was until 10th grade. Next slide, please. I was raised to perceive that there is a thin line, no, not really a thin line, actually a very thick barrier between man and woman. Mga lalaki, we were raised to think that, mga lalaki of course, normal sila na dirty-minded sila, ganun. Tapos yung mga babae, they are placed in a pedestal na dapat yung pagka-dirty-minded is not normal for women. Girls, dapat modest daw. Pero yung mga lalaki, pwede mag-hubad yung shirt nila, tapos pupunta sa labas, ganun. Alam mo, yung mga titos, ganun. Lalabas, lalakad. But, everything changed. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. Of course, tingnan mo, like, close sa mga... close sa mga nuns throughout life. Yeah. Next slide, please. Everything changed when I entered UP. When I entered UP, those chains of being modest suddenly nawala. I was able to express my freedom, going against these gender stereotypes. And of course, I've adapted the fuck around and find out type of mindset. I was able to wear whatever I want, anything. Di na like, it's okay na hindi ako mag-cover up and modest. I can literally wear short skirts and sleeveless tops without anyone judging me. But with this, I've also begun to explore my sexuality. And next slide please, next slide please. I became a slut. Next slide. So, it all started on my birthday. Kainuman kami doon sa pop-up. I got really drunk as fuck. You know, yung parang like, drunkenness and horniness. Yeah, gets nyo. Then, nagmuni-muni ako na, oh my god, parang gusto ko you know. And then one of my drinking buddies, sabi niya, tara, sige. Sober ako. The fuck? Sabi niya, huh? Sure ka? Tapos sabi niya, yes. Then, nag-back and forth, sure ka? Sure ka? Yes. And then, it happened. I hooked up with one of my drinking buddies. That was my first experience in hookups. And you know, once you start in something that will become addictive, it becomes addictive. And eventually, I gotten addicted to the thrill of hooking up with people, men usually. And the numbers started to escalate. I was sleeping with at least one man per week since my birthday. And it's gone to a point na, may isang time, 2 men in a span of 3 days. And it's not just students, huh? Even the ages varied. The oldest man that I've slept with was 37 years old. And I've slept also with people from other schools, ganun. Of course, I've practiced safe sex. Condoms dapat, ganun. Di pwede mag-break. And yeah, with those experiences, of course, comes the feeling of, oh yeah, that's the picture that I used to like search for men. Next slide, please. Next slide. I felt the shame because I knew that these things that I'm doing they're not really inclined with the culture that we have in this country. Alam mo, the Philippines, we value marriage and commitment. Kahit na yung mga live-in partner, they're being discriminated, di ba? Yung mga oldies, parang sila, live-in sila. Weird, ganun. Dapat there is sex after marriage. That's the norm of this country. And, next slide please. Next. I felt that I've been stared at all the time by people since then. There was a time when one of my hookup partners, sabi niya sa akin, like, of course we went to Sogo, yeah. Sabi niya sa akin, alam mo, while we were going to Sogo, the bystanders who were sitting around the streets, they were looking at your ass. The fuck? I've also, there's this older woman, naghintay lang siya ng taxi dun sa front ng Sogo. Tumingin siya sa akin. I was with one of my partners, pero instead of looking at both of us, straight at me, in this kind of like disgusted look na. Judgmental, di ba? But, well, of course, with those looks that I've been getting from people, parang I felt that, my God, this is shameful, isn't it? I was ashamed. I hated myself for that, but I keep asking myself, why should be ashamed? Why should I be ashamed? Because, well, it's normal, right? People are doing it, but ako. The worst thing that happened to me during this was that I was harassed, sexually harassed, by children sa Area 2. Next slide. So, next slide. Next slide. Dun, I was harassed there. Next. So, alam mo, in this culture, women are usually shamed more, especially when it comes to the topics of sex. And I always felt this hatred once I realized that. And I always ask myself, bakit? Next slide. Why? Next slide. Why is it bad for me to have multiple dicks inside me? Well, it's okay, next slide, for him to stick his cock inside God knows how many holes. Ba't ako ginajudge? Yung lalaki, dami siyang fuck din, ba't ako lang? But why is it bad for me to hook up with many people? Right? Next slide. Next slide. It is not a unique experience. Next slide. We've all heard of the celebrity sex scandals and rumors. Next slide. Like Andrea Brillantes. Yung time na a male fan gave her, next slide, a motel card. She was basically sexually harassed by a male fan. Next slide, please. At saka si Maris Racal, yung time na she cheated with Anthony Jennings against his ex-girlfriend. And apparently, she's the only one who's being memed by the cheating issue. Yung mga, like, you miss my body, ganun. Next slide. And how about the men in this situation? Next slide. The men got away with it. Next slide. Next slide. And there was this situation din back in my hometown. It was a decade ago, Girls were not allowed to graduate high school, all because they posted a photo of them wearing bikinis. They were not allowed to graduate. Next slide. Sometimes I ask myself, next slide please. God! Next slide. Next slide. The double standards. Ba't ang daming double standards? Why is it that we're supposed to be equal, right? Man and woman, equality, ganun. But why the standards are different for men and women? Next slide. Next slide. And sometimes I ask myself, of course, what if I was never a slut? So what if I was never a slut? I wouldn't have experienced those distressing experiences. I wouldn't know the feeling of being able to, oh my god, the feeling of being able to express myself in a different way. And next slide. And I would still be the same old close-minded good girl. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. But you know, it is human nature to feel desire, to satiate the sexual desire that you have. Because inherently, sexuality is basically what it means to be, is basically one of the components of being human. Next slide. And therefore, we shouldn't judge. Next slide. Because how then we can be equal? How can we be equal? How can we be equal if we basically discriminate for each other only because of gender? But hindi pwede, but why should we ridicule the other gender of doing something that even our own gender can do? Next slide. And so I call for reclamation to reclaim the word slut. Next slide. Because reclaiming a term that's derogatory takes away its derogatory power and of the patriarchy. Next slide. This is why I want to reclaim the word slut. And you know what? Because of this, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. It's okay to be a slut. It's okay to be a slut so long as you don't harm anyone, even yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally. It's okay to be a slut so long as you respect each other, even your own worth. And of course, it's okay to be a slut because it's human to feel desire. It is okay to be a slut. Thank you.